Hello everyone and welcome back to this year's installment of the MEDIA13 Awards. Now, you've been following on Twitter or other social medias, you know there's been some technical difficulties, but if you know one thing with this channel, it's that we rarely give up. But yes, alas, we are here ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 4th annual MEDIA13 Awards. I'm your host Jordan, and if it wasn't blatantly obvious, I will be the one taking you through your awards across the next 3 nights. However, we are joined by a very special guest this time. So can we give a big round of applause to the great Indy Yoda, or Caleb, who's going to be lending his voices to the nomination categories. You're going to see what I mean by that in just a moment. All respective links of his will be down in the description, so make sure to check him out. Great content, I really love the guy. You know, before we get in, I'd just like to say, this is huge coming back for a 4th year, you know. I hate to say we influence things at these award shows, but you know, a little bit coincidental that, you know, we do really well last year and all of a sudden now the Oscars also want to broadcast all of their awards. I mean, next you're going to be telling me that's expected for a ceremony. But anyway, this is night 1 of 3. We have some fantastic awards for the first night. 2 of them, not so much, but we'll give them out anyway. But regardless of that, I hope you join me as we go through them all. So everyone, your first award of tonight is the Golden Garbage Award. Now, there was talk that this one was going to be dropped this year. I put a poll on Twitter, the poll said for me to keep it. And you know, I gotta do what the people want. I only did it out of the fear of Variety dropping that worst of list and getting a ton of hate for it. I didn't want the same. But you all know the drill by now, it's been 4 years. It takes a very special calibre of bad to take home this award. Obviously the award going to the worst film of the year. This is an award previously won by AMI, The Turning and Deadly Illusions. Who's going to be taking it home this year? Let's find out. Your nominations for the 2023 Golden Garbage Award are as follows.
Hi, I'm Annie Hardy and you're watching
Dashcam.
The internet's #1 live improvised music show broadcast from a moving vehicle.
Brazen.
Try anything you cancel, bro.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
What's going on?
Gone in the Night. Morbius.
And I can now confirm that your winner of the Golden Garbage Award this year is Dashcam. I talked very briefly about this film on TikTok, so I won't go into too much detail here, but yeah, very rarely does a film have absolutely no redeeming point whatsoever, but hey, we all know horror, it's constantly pushing that boundary. Now this one's actually a big deal if you're not aware, because the director of this film, Rob Savage, has actually previously won an award at this show for the most surprising film of the year. That of course being Host that won at the 2021 show. But yeah, it's a bit of a sad fall from grace from a director that could have only gone up based on the potential that first film had. But you know, these things happen, step backs occur, but not for us because it's time to move on to the next award. Previously won by It Chapter 2, The Hunt and Cherry, most disappointing film of the year obviously goes to the most disappointing film of the year. What I like about this one, and the reason that I keep bringing it back every year, is that this can be won by a film that I don't necessarily dislike. This could be won by a movie that I enjoy, but it's just a massive letdown. The most famous of those obviously being It Chapter 2, which I do actually like quite a bit now, and I will hopefully be going into depth at some point later on this year. But let's find out who's going to be joining those movies, because your nominations are as follows.
The Black Phone.
I'm a part-time magician. Would you like to see a magic trick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Smile. Jurassic World Dominion.
my stuff.
The Adam Project.
No, it's not a lightsaber. No, enough with the bat already. All right, if I wanted to hurt you, I'd have done it already.
Some interesting choices there, and I can confirm that the winner of that battle for most disappointing film of the year is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. This is potentially a pretty controversial one, I'm not gonna lie. However, I do want to preface that again, I don't hate this film, you know, it's fine, it's decent, there's elements that I do enjoy, but it's just a very big letdown. Some people will be saying, but Jordan, Love and Thunder was worse than Multiverse of Madness. Yes, it was, but I also had no expectations for that because of Ragnarok. But you know what? To hell with it. I can't swear anymore, so I'm having to substitute some of this stuff out. But it's time to move on from the negative awards, because now we are on to the Best Original Score. Previously won by the likes of The Joker, The Mandalorian Season 2 and Tick Tick Boom, because I added soundtrack to that one that year just so I could give it another award. Your nominations for Best Score in 2022 are as follows.
Take another step toward
Black
me.
Panther,
See how
Wakanda
they
Forever.
teach the children to treat their guests.
The Batman.
The hell are you supposed to be?
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Werewolf by Night.
Difficult. You hurt? Can I help you?
No.
Top Gun Maverick.
Bombs away.
And the winner is The Batman! Honestly, Black Panther was so incredibly close to being the winner here. I sat down, I listened to both of them from start to finish, and The Batman just cleared it. Just has far too much firepower, and it was hard not to give it the award in the end up. I think consistently, Black Panther Wakanda Forever is probably the better one. However, it has no standout soundtrack. It has no standout pieces in my opinion. The Batman has a good 3 or 4 that I could list right now that I'm not going to for runtime reasons. Yeah, that is my reasoning, not that I need to supply it because this is my opinion, and as I've said last year, the only opinion that matters is your own. In this case it's mine, so I win. Next up is costume design. Now, if you watched last year's awards, you will be well aware of what it takes to get me with this sort of thing. What can I say? I'm heavily predictable and also heavily in terms of physicality. Fat jokes in 2023. I'm allowed to because it's aimed at myself. Previously won by Ready or Not, Cruella and Enola Holmes, your nominations are as follows.
Elvis. See How They Run.
Only if it's important, sir.
How do you know if it's important?
Well, I'll just sort of put everything in as we go, and then down the line, when we know what's important, we'll know that it's already in the notebook.
So you do right.
The Batman.
The hell are you supposed to be?
Not take another step
Black
toward
Panther,
me.
Wakanda
See how
Forever.
they teach the children to treat their guests.
Enola Holmes 2.
And your winner of the costume award this year is Enola Holmes 2. I find it pretty poetic that 2 years on from winning the first award, it's came back and won it again. This franchise has done it twice now. Again, I've said it before, but a good looking period piece movie is a surefire way to win something at these awards because I've said before that they're not my type of movie. However, give me a good looking one that really looks as if it fits that time period, and holy fudge, my mind is blown. Next up is a new award, however. It shouldn't be new, but it is. I have no idea why we don't have an award for set design so far, but you know, we've got one now, so at least we're trying to fix things here. We're trying to be progressive. Your nominees in running to win the first ever MEDIA13 Best Set Design Award are as follows.
Dr. King was shot 8 miles from Grace.
Elvis.
I was out here singing to turtles. And all this.
Ambulance.
I saved you. I saved both of you. Okay?
Andor. Enola Holmes 2.
What are you doing here? It's not safe. Scary people about.
Don't worry, darling.
And the winner of this award is probably one that you people predicted, because by the same method that it took home the previous award, Enola Holmes 2 makes it back-to-back awards for the first time this year. But yeah, I just think it takes a hell of a lot to make a film look and feel as though it's from a certain time period, and these ones do it really well. Honestly, there wasn't much competition here when I was trying to pick the winner. It was a pretty surefire bet. The difficult thing was picking the 4 nominees to go around it. Next up is Best Cinematography, won previously by Dune and The Invisible Man. And we all know what it needs to do to win a Best Cinematography award. We all know that a film needs to look great. So with that being said, let's see which films I found the prettiest as we reveal your nominees. Take it away, Caleb.
Take another step towards
Black
me.
Panther,
See how
Wakanda
they teach
Forever.
the children to treat their guests.
Ambulance. Prey. Top Gun Maverick.
Emergency Jackson! Delta 3 defending! There's another one! Everyone defending!
The Batman.
So those are your nominees for this year's MEDIA13 Best Cinematography Award, and I can confirm that your winner is The Batman. That felt really cool in my head. I can almost guarantee it's not. Which means that both Enola Holmes 2 and The Batman join an exclusive club of films and TV that are Multimedia 13 award winning content. That actually sounded sick in my head, you know. I might get stickers made. Which means, everyone, that we are now in our final award of night 1, which is the award for the best visual effects. Do need to make an announcement regarding the special effects award, as I know the nominees, when I reveal them, are probably going to hold some, varied opinions. We all know, if you've seen the last month I watched episode, that I have seen Avatar: The Way of Water, so everyone should probably be thinking that it's a surefire win. Not only would it probably would have won, in fairness. However, the cut-off date for this year, I decided to make it December 1st, and since that was a December 15th release, it's not eligible, sadly, which is a shame, but we've also cut out the likes of Glass Onion, which was another solid film that probably could have got a few nominations. And then there was Violent Night as well, which certainly would have tried. But yeah, that's just for when Caleb doesn't read out Avatar: The Way of Water in a few seconds. You don't just act as though I'm being antagonistic towards the film, because it probably would have won. But previously won by The Lion King, Dune and The Invisible Man, your nominations for this year's Best Visual Effects are as follows.
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Jurassic World, Dominion. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Or that I'm not allowed.
Top Gun Maverick.
City.
The
Your
Batman.
family has a history of philanthropy, but as far as I can tell, you're not doing anything. If I'm elected, I want to change that.
And ladies and gentlemen, your winner of this year's Visual Effects Award goes to Everything Everywhere All at Once. Lauded by many to be one of, if not the best film this year, it really wasn't much of a competition in terms of this winning best visual effects from what was actually eligible. But with that said and done, I think we're finished for now. As always people, if you're excited for night 2, feel free to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss it when it drops. We'll be back with you this Saturday the 14th of January, so stay tuned. What I want you to do in the comments of this award show is let me know each award and what you would have gave it to for films or TV shows this year, because I'm kind of curious to see how we match up, if at all. On top of that, also let me know if you predicted any of these correctly. Will Everything Everywhere All at Once feature more in the upcoming shows? Will The Batman continue the rampage that it's starting to build? Only time's gonna tell. For now, my name has been Jordan, and this has been the Media 13 Awards.